welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the August reading for Sagittarius. Hey Saggy, how are you? This is Elizabeth and I'm coming to you from Sedona, Arizona. And yeah, we're gonna do a great reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node of the Moon. I welcome you. If this is your first time watching, I hope that you enjoy this. And if you do, please do like and subscribe and help me to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're returning, welcome back. So excited to have you here. Let's just get right into it. I think we will start and burn a little bit of sage. We're gonna do tarot and we're gonna do oracle. I've got some amazing decks for you guys today. And as you know, we are in an Aquarius full moon today and yesterday and today. And we are also in the Lionsgate portal. So I think these are gonna be some really powerful messages that come through for you, Sag. I hope that you're doing well. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'm at Elizabeth Light Tarot. And that's Elizabeth with a Z. If you give me a follow, I will follow you back. Just send me a message. These are general readings, so they're not going to resonate for everyone. Use your own highest intuition and guidance to determine if these messages are for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like to book a personal reading, I am available for one-on-one, and we can do that through phone or Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, like whatever works for you, video or phone. Okay, so don't hesitate to ask, just send me a message and let's get to it. Okay, Saggy, so I think we're gonna start with an animal spirit oracle and just get a message for you for the month to see what animal totem you're kind of dealing with this month, who's there to support you, the energy that's there to support you this month. In this month of August, we're in fire season, Leo season, your fellow fire signs. So usually when it's an element that is your element, it's a powerful time for you as well. Bottom of the deck is the sun. There's that Lionsgate portal that we're moving through. And you got two, hawk spirit and stag spirit. These are two very powerful totems, Sag. Like, wow. Hawk spirit coming in as a protector, first and foremost. I find that when hawk comes in, it's really there to protect you. And obviously, like, seeing from a much higher perspective, a 3 and a 2 breaks down to a 5, so that's a number of change. So you might be going through some changes right now. And then the amazing stag spirit, take the lead. Okay, stag is obviously like, the mature male deer, the leader. They are powerful. They are very observant. They have very keen observation. And of course, deer in general, just being very gentle of nature, powerful animals. When you see one, you're just like really taken back by them because of their beauty, their quiet kind of sense of power and authority. They have a quiet authority about them. So you've got a land animal and you have an air animal. And like I said, hawk, this really means that your spirit guides are with you. That's what I'm feeling from this. Like, your spirit guides are with you. They're communicating with you. So really, really taking time to listen, Sag. Really listen this month to what spirit is trying to tell you. And it's definitely about being in a place of leadership. You're a leader, Saggy. So during these very highly polarized times that we're living in, Sag, you're very good at seeing the big picture, and you really may be a leader right now within your community, within your family, within your peer group. So Spirit really does want you to step up this month. Really, really step up and take the lead. And in a way that is sort of gentle, compassionate, a gentle authority, I'm hearing. And let's get you a couple of oracle cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. What are the messages for my dear Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node for the month of August? Messages for Sagittarius. Okay. Hope that you're all doing really well. So the first card out is No Place Like Home. I love that. 50, another 5. Milk and honey, amazing. And at the bottom of the deck, why? Why? Yeah, you're really talking to spirit this month. You know, I love this card, why? 31 breaking down to a 4, and we are in a 4-year. 2020 is a 4-year, and yeah, I mean, a lot of us are asking like, why? What is going on, right? Why is this all happening? But you're not just like asking why as far as like victim mentality, like why is this happening to me, woe is me. You're consulting like a sacred book. I want to say this is like your Akashic Records. You're going into the Akashic Records. This book has wings. This is the book of spirit. This is the book from source. Definitely like a Metatron energy coming through here with the Akashic Records. So you're asking questions, and at the same time, there's this sense of like going back to your roots, right? Going back to your roots, there's no place like home, and milk and honey. So some of you are really enjoying your home, and that you're realizing that the land of plenty is really, you know, the home that you've built, that everything that you need, all of your abundance, all of your deepest heart's desires are coming from you. Home is where the heart is. Leo season, heart chakra, right? So it is really about tapping into the abundance that you have from within and from within your own home. And home can be the people that feel like home. So like, I feel like this is a deepening of knowing what abundance really is, Sag. Knowing what abundance really is, and that it has a connection into your heart. That there is a connection into your heart as far as like what makes you feel abundant and what makes you feel wealthy. And you know, this rainbow coming in as a blessing and an activation of blessings. And that it all starts from within, you know, the home that's inside of you, the home in your heart. And then for some of you, you know, this is just really about like enjoying what you've built at home, enjoying the people that you allow into your home. And for some of you, this could even be like a move that you're making, trying to find your home, what feels like home to you, returning home for some of you. Some of you may be like returning home, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna put our hawk spirit here and our stag spirit here and just kind of let those energies activate as we do the reading. Let's move on to the tarot and see what the tarot wants to say. So the decks have all been shuffled and cleared, and I'm not going to take these because there's too many. But the decks have already been shuffled, cleared, they've been saged and burned Palo Santo on them. So let's just get into the reading, my dear Saggies. We're going to do a 6-card spread to start. And then we can always clarify with either the same deck or I do have another deck. This is the Muse Tarot by Chris-Anne. Your cards are very jumpy. Okay. What are the messages for Sagittarius for the month of August? Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. For the month of August, 6 cards, please. Sag. I don't know what is going on with you, but your cards just want to jump today. Okay, a few more times. Six cards for my dear Saggies. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Okay, Sag, let's get your cards. So the underlying energy is the Empress, beautiful. At the heart of your reading is the Queen of Wands, amazing, amazing. Your past energy is the Star card. Wow, Sag, this is amazing. Your past energy, the Chariot, this is huge. This is huge. Your future is the Ten of Cups. Wow. And okay. And your advice is the Seven of Wands. We're going to have to get some clarifiers for you, Sagittarius, because this is such an amazing energy for you for the month of August. So first and foremost, I'm just going to say that I feel like you are in a total state of appreciation. Complete and total state of appreciation for where you're at. And for where you've been even, and for where you're going. There is definitely this sense of appreciation. You are completely inspired right now, Sag, Queen of Wands. At the heart of your reading, a lot of inspiration, creativity, really feeling confident and happy. Underlying energy, the Empress, this is you creating, you know, you're birthing something, creation and birthing, inspiration, bringing the energy into the physical world. Something happened in the past, like you had to heal from something deeply, and you had to find your North Star again, your hope, you know, renewed sense of hope. You went through the Devil energy, you went through the Tower, and, you know, and the Star came in for you. So really, like, this was you in the past doing a lot of healing, a lot of inner work, a lot of healing, renewed sense of hope. Like I said, finding that North Star again, finding your home. You had to find your home, because now, like, if you look at this No Place Like Home, it's almost like the Hermit card, but it's different. But the North Star is sort of inside the home. Home is where the heart is. I just keep saying this. You're having like massive amounts of blessings right now. So many blessings. And you're ready to move this inspiration forward. You have turned your heart on. You have been able to open your heart up again after healing it. And you know what you want. And you know what, logically, you know what you want. You know what your deepest heart's desires are. Your mind is clear. You know, you have this great plan, I want to say. There's a plan right now, and you are driving this energy forward. You know, this is a card of Cancer. We've got Aquarius, Cancer, Taurus, and Aries, even Leo coming out that you could be dealing with. I mean, it's just such a perfect reading that I would almost like just tell you, you know, the future is the Ten of Cups, total emotional fulfillment, the happily ever after, the milk and honey, the rainbow, the blessings, like everything is 100. It's perfect. It's beautiful. But you're still asking why. There's still a why. And the advice is the Seven of Inspiration, or the Seven of Wands. And that's like, you see here in the Seven of Wands where there is some darkness, right? There's some shadow there. And this woman, this person, is having to push it back. Like with all the strength that she has to push it back to reveal the light, to keep the light. You know, it's where we say, like, sort of, the sevens are where we ask the question, what is it worth? And in this case, it's inspiration. So it's like, is it worth fighting for? Is it something worth fighting for? Like, why am I having to fight for this? So what this is telling me with this why and the Seven of Inspiration as the advice, is that, first of all, with the Seven of Wands, it's like, you know, you have the higher ground. She knows that she's able to handle this. She knows that she's strong enough to handle this. She knows that she can do it. She knows that she can keep that shadow away, you know, and just reveal the light. But she can't stay there forever, you know. This isn't something that she can do forever. And it's coming out under the Star card. And the Star in the past is where, you know, you did some healing. You had to find yourself again. You had to find your North Star again. You had to find your home again, right? And so they're coming out, you know, the Seven of Wands is coming out underneath the Star, that you know, that fight, you feel like it's not quite over with yet. There's still some kind of a challenge. There's still some kind of a resistance. The underlying energy of the Empress is very clear that there's something that you love, and there's something that you're nurturing, and there's something that you're growing, and it's coming from a very, very pure place. Like a place that you incarnated here with. It's like something that's part of your destiny, your cosmic blueprint, I want to say. And you're really confident. The heart of the reading, this is you. You know, Queen of Wands, Queen of Inspiration. You're confident that this thing, this life that you're growing, that you're in pursuit of, that you are in the driver's seat to, is worth it. It's worth it. It's worth your future 10 of Cups. It's totally worth it. And there's still this part of you, though. You found your home, and there's many, many blessings there, and it feels like the scales have sort of been balanced with this milk and honey, 51 breaking down to a 6. Like there's a balance, a reharmonizing of your life. But I'm wondering what this why is. I'm wondering what this why is. That there's still some part of you that's feeling like, why did I have to fight? Why do I still have to fight for this? Why am I still in resistance to some of this? We're going to clarify this. So I think we're going to start, okay, so at the bottom of the deck, at the bottom of this whole spread is number 5, the Hierophant, okay? And, you know, and that's why I was saying, with the No Place Like Home, you know, that 50 breaking down to a 5, there have been changes for you. You've undergone a lot of changes, and we can even see how the colors are sort of, you know, they're aligned here. They're similar. The Hierophant is the High Priest. He's, or she, in this deck, the whole reading is not gender specific, by the way. It's just the energy. And so the Hierophant comes in about, you know, it's about the structure, right? It's the things in the physical. It's like religion, the prescribed path. It's where we feel like, where we were sort of expected, the things we were expected to do culturally, by society, by our peers, within our vocation, within our family, you know, all of that. It is a higher knowledge. So it is speaking to like, let spirit be your guide. So the Hierophant does come in with a knowledge, with a spiritual knowledge and faith. This is like a deepening of your faith. And conversely, it can also be a loss of faith, or where, you know, where we're questioning the prescribed path. We're questioning the societal structures. So we'll see if that kind of means anything for this reading, or this why, because I really, really am curious about this why. So let's get a card for the why. I mean, and we're gonna put the why right there. Okay, why is the why there? Why is the why there? What is this why about for my dear Saggies? What an incredible reading, though. I mean, and they're big energies, Sag. The Empress, the Star, the Chariot. 3 out of 6 are majors, major arcanas. These are big energies. This is a time of destiny for you. This healing that you did with the Star card, you know, it really set you on this course. It really set you up for the present moment of being able to get on that Chariot and move forward. The Chariot is a card of victory. We've got 2 7s here. I just did Scorpio's reading and they have 3 7s. And you know, the 7s are like the spiritual challenges. They're where we're faced with an opportunity to grow spiritually. So the advice is to keep growing spiritually, essentially. The 8 of Inspiration, the why. You know, Sag, you could be questioning your own motives right now. Really, you could be questioning your own motives. Like the Chariot and the 8 of Wands, for me, have a similar energy because they're about movement. They're about success. They're about victory. In the 8 of Inspiration or the 8 of Wands, it's like there's news coming in. Sag, you could have received some kind of, your cards are really jumpy. You could have received like some kind of news where you're really having to find out like what the hell just happened. But I see the 8 of Wands traditionally in the Rider-Waite system. The 8 of Wands, you don't see any people. It's the only card in the entire deck, besides the 3 of Swords, where you still see a heart. But in the 8 of Wands, it's literally just 8 wands. There's no people, there's no objects other than the 8 wands. So it is a highly spiritual energy. It's this 8 of Wands has like massive force behind it. Like it's a force to be reckoned with. It's where we are just putting out our energy on a trajectory, right? A trajectory, like it's just going somewhere and it's going fast. It moves very fast. There could be travel involved here. Even with the Chariot, there's a lot of like horse, kind of like horse energy. Cancer, Sag, where, you know, there could be some traveling happening for you right now, or just news, information moving very quickly. And you're really looking into it. I see this as you know, Saggy, you do rule like higher learning. Jupiter, it rules higher learning. 9th house is higher learning. Philosophy, knowledge, truth, wisdom, seeing the bigger picture. So I think, okay, now I'm feeling like this why is you trying to gain a higher perspective about something, maybe about everything. And that's where Hawk Spirit comes in. Let Spirit be your guide. This could be, Sag, for some of you, expanding your spiritual knowledge, because like I said, this 8 of Inspiration is a highly spiritual energy where you are stepping into a new role as a spiritual teacher, as someone who's like, you know, accessing the Akashic records and really going in and delivering those messages to other people. And this is part of this Empress energy of like your soul's blueprint of what you came in here to do, and perhaps like, you know, you're realizing that you are meant to really shine. And that was part of this past energy, Sag, is realizing that you're the star. And this isn't from a place of ego, you know, it's from a place of like, this is what you have to do. This is your soul's calling. It's what's inspiring you. I'm also noticing here with this Queen of Wands, the pyramids, and that to me is symbolizing this Lion's Gate portal, the pyramids in Egypt, and how they're lined up with the constellation of Sirius. I did pull out the pyramid today, you know, and how it's lined up with the star system of Sirius. And, you know, that she's like really, this Queen of Wands is really connected to the Egyptian energy and the Syrian energy. And that this Lion's Gate portal, you're really walking through it like consulting spirit about your own path, really leading other people, take the lead. So for this, you know, group of Sages, if you've come across this is you being a starseed, a light worker, a way shower, someone who's on a path of really leading people into the new world, the ascension. Wow. All right, so, and it's not that you don't have any challenges, like, you know, it seems like whatever it was, it's behind you, but that you're still experiencing some resistance. I was going to ask for a card for the Queen of Wands, and Justice came out. That's what I was saying. You went through something, and justice was served, and you healed from it. You healed from it. The light came in. There was justice for this queen, for you. You feel vindicated in some way, and I think it's just because the universe brought you blessings. The universe brought you blessings. 11 linked to Metatron. So for some of you, you know, a lot of you, Metatron is your guide, and this is definitely linked into the ascension energies. This Queen of Wands is very balanced. That's what I want to say. Your coming up is very balanced. There isn't a whole lot of ego here with you, Sag. It's a quiet knowing. It's even a quiet inspiration, I want to say, where you're like quietly inspired, and with this justice energy, you know, these ladies, the Empress, the Queen of Wands, the Justice, and the Chariot, all their eyes are closed. The only one who had her eyes open was the Star, because she was doing the healing work. So her eyes were wide open while she was healing. Wow. And now you're at peace. You're at peace. You've found your home, Sag. You've really found your home. Let's get a clarification for the Star and just see. Gosh, you're really jumpy today, Sag. Okay. Please clarify the Star card for my dear Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Okay. 3 cards wanted to come out. The Hanged Man, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Hierophant to clarify your past. Yeah, I mean, you definitely went through it, Sag, like, but you did the work. You know, you did the work to heal. You did the work to heal. You sacrificed a lot, too. You really sacrificed a lot in your past. And And there was a time where you were questioning your faith, perhaps, or you were just in a state of questioning this prescribed path, and that you weren't going to take it necessarily, that there was something bigger for you, the star, something bigger. But Hanged Man, it's the ultimate reversal. Like your world was turned upside down in some way, and you really had to put in the work. Another 8 coming in, 8 of Wands and now 8 of Coins. So you really put the work in, and it was part of your soul's lesson, like you were repaying karma to some degree. It's not that you're bad, like I don't want anyone to misunderstand that, but that you were playing out some of your karma in the past. The ultimate reversal in fortune, reversal in relationships, giving up power, sacrificing your own power. It made you humble. That's why I was saying I don't see a lot of ego with this Queen of Wands, like who feels like justice was served, but she's humbled somehow. And I think it was this Hanged Man, this ultimate reversal. There was a sense of humility that came in with it. And you did the healing, and you totally you got your faith back. Your head and your heart are both on board. You know, there's a higher consciousness working through you with the Chariot in the present. A higher consciousness working through you. I definitely see the Chariot as the magician on the Chariot, doesn't even need reins. You know, it's directed by her energy, and the energy is that of her heart and her mind, and they're in alignment. You know, coming out of the Lovers, where it's which is right, my head or my heart. The Chariot knows that the heart leads, but that the mind is important too, and it's the logical mind, the rational mind, that comes on board with the heart. And there's a solar plexus activity happening here too. You know, it's that determination. It's a card of victory. Like you're headed towards victory, and the victory is the 10 of Cups. I mean, this is so spectacular, Sag. That's your future energy. It's the 10 of Cups. Wow. Let's look at the Empress and just see, bottom of the deck is the King of Coins. Entrepreneur. Everything he touches turns to gold. Works really hard. Knows the value of things. That was in the Scorpio reading. Clarified the Emperor. All right, we're just going to take these since they flipped over. So to clarify the Empress, we have the 9 of Cups with the Magician. This, Sag. Oh my God. What is going on with you? Sag, the Empress, clarified by the ultimate wish fulfillment and manifesting in the physical. The Empress, she also manifests in the physical. You know, it's the divine feminine. She's the combination and the culmination of all of the queens. She embodies all the queens, all of them. Some of you may be getting pregnant. I just want to say that. And you're manifesting a baby right now. It's your deepest heart's desire. So some of you Saggies may be getting pregnant. Maybe you're becoming a grandparent. You know, Empress can signify pregnancy. But it is giving birth to something. And you know that you have everything that you need to succeed. You know that you have all the tools. You don't need anything else other than what you have. Your home is where your heart is. That's where the abundance is. It's coming from within you. And that's where your ultimate wish fulfillment is. And you're coming from this space of emotional maturity as well. 9 of Cups, where you have all of the 9 cups, sort of in a trophy case. So it's also signifying, you know, where you've been let down in the past, where you felt depressed in the past, where you felt disappointed in your past, where you felt, where you've had equal relationships and partnerships in the past where it was harmonious. It's your good and your bad and your ugly, and they're all up there, and they all have equal value, right? And so you can move forward with emotional maturity and intelligence, and you can take all of your aces and you can build and grow and nurture the things that you truly love. Because with a Chariot, you know what you love, and your head is like, yeah, I agree. I love that too. Let's move forward with it. Here's the Magician. Look at that Magician. And those four sort of, I want to call them just like spheres: earth, fire, air, water. Like, you're using the elements. You know how to work with the elements. And then above her is the ether. It's the higher realms, you know? This is incredible. I would say this is the best reading that I've ever done for any sign, honestly. But we're not done yet, so let's see what comes up. And like I said, the advice is that you're gonna meet some resistance. You're gonna come up against some resistance, and that you're strong enough to handle it, because you are in a really good place right now, Sag. You really, really are, and you are on a, but you're not done. You're like, because you're asking why, and because of the Eight of Wands, like, you're not sitting on your laurels, you know? You're still working really hard to move this idea forward, this vision that you have. You're still working to move it forward. So you're not resting on your laurels, but the advice, it's letting you know that, you know, there's still gonna be some resistance. You're still gonna, you know, come up against some forces that may not want you to succeed, or just obstacles. It doesn't have to be that, you know, dramatic. I don't even know what I was clarifying, but the Death card came out. This was a total transformation for you, Sag. You've been through a total transformation. Pluto, right? Pluto's in retrograde right now in Capricorn, and maybe that's where a lot of your resistance was, you know, the shadow. Like, this whole reading here is like super love and light. It's really high vibrational. It's really blessed. It's got a lot of Jupiter energy in it, your planet. But you see here, you know, there's the moth in the Death card, and there's, you know, the elements of the darkness and the shadow. You really did go through it, and you're not forgetting that either. That's why I said you're not resting on your laurels. Like, this no place like home, you're in, and I started off saying, I feel like you're in a state of massive appreciation. And you did go through the death, and you were transformed. I'm just putting that with the Chariot in the present energy. And you've been humbled. You've definitely been humbled. You know, your ego, maybe, you know, that was part of the Star card, was like healing your own ego. Let's get one more for the Chariot, please, for my dear Saggies. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Your cards are just, all right, we're gonna take the one that fell over death. The Fool. It was a totally new beginning for you. Death and rebirth. Literally, here's your death and rebirth. And I think that you're still feeling that, you know, like it's fresh for you, this death and rebirth. And it's allowing you to stay grounded. It's keeping you grounded. All right, future, I don't know what's going on with your cards today. Future energy, 10 of Cups. Let's get some cards for your future energy of the 10 of Cups, because I'm not seeing any other people here. I see a lot of big energies, you know, the Empress, the Justice, the Magician, the Hierophant, the Hanged Muse or the Hanged Man, the Chariot, and the Death card. Those are all major arcanas. Like, so I'm just gonna say this. This is your time. And I said this to Virgo. Like, these big energies, this is your cosmic blueprint. This is destiny. This is your fate. And it's on. You know, everything that you have worked through, 8 of Pentacles, everything you've been through has been leading up to this. 9 of Cups, you know. Because with the 9 cups, it means that you've probably been through all of the other cups, like I said, you know, from the ace and the 2 and the 3 to then the 4 and the 5, you know, and the 7, the confusion of the 7, and the 8, where you've had to walk away from things that really meant a lot to you to get to that 9. 10 of Cups. Yes. Another 10 coming in, 10 of Swords, 10 of Voices. With the Queen of Pentacles. Another Queen coming in, underneath the Queen of Wands. You know, you really discovered what your worth was, and you really decided it was time, you know, to take care of yourself. And you're gonna have to keep doing that. You're gonna have to, maybe this is where that 7 of Wands is coming in the future. Like, along with this 10 of Cups, you know, the completion, the outcome of all the cups is having all 10 cups, being like totally happy, joyful, abundant. You know, there's love all around you. There's family around you. You've got your rainbow and your blessings. Like I said, the milk and honey, you know, the milk and honey with the 10 of Cups, the no place like home. With that, there is this sort of memory of betrayal, of when you had those 10 swords in your back, where you were almost dead mentally, emotionally, where you had to pick yourself up off of the floor. There's that sort of memory of that. And knowing that you were able to do that, knowing where the swords belong to you, knowing where the swords came in from the external, and knowing how they're both so connected. You know, when we have a 10 of Swords happen to us, it's often a reflection of where we don't feel worthy. So this 10 of Emotions, this future energy, because I'm not a fortune teller, tarot is not about fortune telling anymore in this sort of new paradigm. It's about an exploration of energies and seeing where the energies are, what's available, what's, you know, available to keep, what's available to work through and transcend. And so when the 2 10s are coming up together, these are like, this is the polarity. 10 of Voices, 10 of Emotions, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. That's the polarity there. Future energy, potential timeline. Which timeline are you going to go on? Are you going to like repeat the cycle to where you need your star all over again? Maybe you will. I mean, you know, you'll only be mostly dead, right? But I don't think that you will, because the Queen of Cups is coming out to clarify that. And so it just wants me to tell you about how worthy you are, you know, about your worth, about nurturing and loving yourself. The Queen of Pentacles and the Empress have a similar energy. It's that mothering energy. Pentacles, the things in the physical that you can see, that you can feel, that you can touch, you know, you are carrying a very divine feminine energy with you through this Lionsgate portal, Sag. Look at your divine feminine here. We start out with the Empress, we move on to the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins. Look at that. Super divine, feminine, sacred feminine for you, Sag. And Sag is a more masculine sign. So what I'm seeing with this, with just these 2, for example, is the Queen of Wands is about the fire and the passion and the creativity and the inspiration and the confidence, you know, and the Queen of Pentacles is about the one who's going to take all of this fire and passion and creativity, and she's going to grow it in the physical. She's going to nurture it. She's going to do the work. She's going to work it. You know, Queen of Pentacles, she's going to work it. That's what she does. She works it. She tends to the garden, and she does it with a lot of love. Super earthy energy. Taurus here. We've got a lot of Taurus actually. Let's see, who else is in this reading? Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Cancer. So, wow, I'm so impressed with this energy, Sag. This is the best reading ever. All right, let's see what this Seven of Wands is there. Like, as the advice, you know, it's almost like a little warning about some resistance that you might, you know, that might come to you, whether it's from within you or it's from other people. And the reason why I'm saying other people is because, Sag, like, you're on a high right now, right? You're on a high. You've been through it, and maybe you were at a lower point last year. Yeah, Three of Swords coming out. Like, that's the betrayal, you know, the Three Swords. The tears, the heartbreak, probably, you know, what you went through with the Star, why you had to do all of that work, go into Hanged Man, rediscover your faith. But why is it there as an advice? And I'm saying this because with the Three of Voices, like, this doorway is in the middle of this open field. It's like on a starry, starry night. You know, it almost looks like a wheat field. It's super golden. It's beautiful. And there's just this door. And this person is, you know, paralyzed at this door. Like, she, you know, can't get up and just walk away. Because the Three of Swords, about heartbreak, it's swords. It's not, you know, it's swords going through the heart. It's thoughts, beliefs, ideas. So it's the idea around, you know, that there's going to be resistance coming at you, or that there is resistance coming at you, and that you still need to, like, be ready to fight, be ready to prove yourself somehow. Nine of Wands. You know, to some degree, the Star energy is still with you. There is still this healing, because it's like, you know, tarot's not linear. This process isn't linear. We go back to past energies and see where we still need to work through them. So it's saying just to, like, persevere, but to some degree, you may still feel some of this wounding, this past wounding, and that's okay. It's okay to return to it. You know, it's okay to return to some of the past hurts, as long as we don't get stuck in them, right? Remember your own worth. Remember what this cosmic blueprint is that you came in with, or what you're growing now, your emotional intelligence, right? Your emotional trophy case, and this transformation that you've been through. But that, you know, it's not linear. This whole process doesn't go in one straight line. Let's get one more for the for the Seven of Wands, Three of Swords, Nine of Cups. Like, you're a warrior, Sag. What I love about this is that, like, you've obviously been to battle many times, but you're coming out soft, feminine, a queen, an empress. You didn't let it harden you. You didn't let it harden you. And it doesn't mean that this was all super pretty. Death, the Hanged Man, those are hard energies, you know? They're slow. The Hanged Man, he can stay there for a long time. Death, it's slow. You know, the moth, the butterfly goes into the cocoon, and it's dark in there. And it's not all love and light in there. It's dark and kind of gross, and there's molting, and it's kind of icky and sticky and kind of creepy. And then out of that comes a beautiful moth or a beautiful butterfly. So it's a slow process. Like, this took a long time for you. This has been a long time in the making for you. Let's just get one more card for this advice. One more advice card for my dear Saggies. Three of Cups. So now 2 3s coming out, plus the Empress is a 3. Because I was wondering where the people are. Where's the people? You know, okay, yeah, we could say the Queen of Cups is coming in, you know, as a future partner, let's just say. So maybe there is a partner coming in for you in the future, and it's going to be someone who's really loving and nurturing. A mother figure, perhaps. This could be same-sex relationship, whether it's 2 males, 2 females, but that there is an opportunity, you know, for love here for you, Sag, if you are single, right? And that would be someone who is an earth sign, let's just say, possibly, but it's more about the energy of that person being very grounded and sort of practical, but also very nurturing and loving, and will really see your value, and you'll really see their value, and you'll be very passionate about them. But the 3 of Cups coming in as the advice is not to forget that you do have support with you. This is about like your tribe. This is about your family, the people who love you, you know, the people that have stuck by you through all of this too. The Star, the Hanged Man, the Death card, what you're trying to build, and the support that you have from friends. And just really being aware of that and to go to them. So if you're in this state of like this resistance or feeling like you need to fight, first of all, the 7 of Wands tells us that you have the upper hand. You've got the upper hand, like you can beat this. Look at her. Whatever is coming at you, you got this. 9 of Wands, keep going. Wounded warrior, you know, keep going. But the 3 of Cups is to really like celebrate, have fun. Have fun, Sag. That is part of the advice too. If you feel yourself going into some of this defensive mode, or even trapped in the head of some of your past betrayals, is to have fun. Go and celebrate. Celebrate your success. Celebrate your victory. Celebrate your blessings. Celebrate your metamorphosis. Celebrate your determination. Celebrate the fact that, you know, that you're being guided by spirit. You're being guided by spirit. The other thing I'm feeling too is that you're aware of the responsibility that you're carrying with you. Like you're actually aware of your own authority, and you're actually aware of the responsibility that you are carrying for the pack, for the people that may be looking to you as a leader. And that can feel heavy sometimes. And so when that's happening, you need to reach out for support to the people who are, you know, who are kind of with you, the other leaders, the people that you just go to, the ones that you know really have your back. And support from spirit. Let spirit be your guide. This is amazing, Sag. I think we're done with the tarot portion. Let's see, let's get you a message from Jupiter, from your ruling planet of Jupiter, okay? Let's just see, what does your ruling planet want to say to you this month, for the month of August? And then we're going to get you a couple of angel cards, and then we're going to do a crystal card for you, okay? What's the message for my dear Saggies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node for the month of August, please? Beautiful. Yeah, this is going back to the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. Self-love. And I know these cards can be a little bit hard to see because of the glare, but that is peacock spirit. So first of all, it is just about like I was saying, celebrating how far you've come, nurturing yourself through this process. You're exerting a lot of energy here. As a Queen of Wands, you know, coming in with this 8 of Wands, all the healing that you've done, and then the energy alone of the Chariot and the Fool, like taking that leap and driving this chariot forward to, with your goals and the vision that you have and the plan you have for yourself, is to take care, take really good care and love yourself. Peacock spirit also tells us, like, it's okay to shine. Part of loving yourself is allowing yourself to be big, is allowing yourself to be the star, is allowing yourself to shine. Like when you see a peacock doing its thing, do you think it's like, oh, well, what if I make somebody else feel bad because, I'm so beautiful? Think about that. And that it's coming out, again, it's speaking to, like I was saying, this Queen of Wands to me is humble. She's coming from a place of a quiet, grandiosity, if that makes any sense. Like it's a quiet queendom. And so the peacock spirit is saying, like, when you're supposed to shine, shine. When you're supposed to show your magnificence, show it. Really show it. That's a form of self-love. So we've got that. That's your message from Jupiter. So that's also telling me that the more you do that, the more abundance is going to come in. And the thing about abundance is that it's not about hoarding it all for ourselves, because it's also about being able to give it out to your family, your children, your community, that you can provide. Bottom, power. Bottom of that deck was power. Look at that wand. That's your Ace of Wands, but it's like, it's bigger than that. You are so inspired right now, Sag. You're so inspired right now. And if you're not yet feeling these energies, tarot timing being what it is, if you are still in this place of like waiting for the justice, waiting for the healing, like let's say that you're in this Hanged Man, let this be confirmation for you and inspiration to you of what's coming, because we all move through energies at a different pace. So Jupiter wanting you to like really come into this place of shining when it's your time to shine is huge, because that's going to bring in more abundance. So if someone's asking you, I'm just getting the sense that people may be asking you to lead a class, or people may be asking you to give a presentation, or come in and like be someone that they hire to do something for their company or their party, or asking you to teach something, then do it. The Queen of Wands has the confidence. The Empress and the Queen of Cups has the love behind it. The Chariot has the will and the determination to do it. So if people are coming to you August, September, wanting you to like be a part of something with them, that's going to force you, or that's going to ask you to be like center stage, do it. Okay. So Archangel Uriel is with you. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. Sag, there's that lantern again. This is that star. You may really have been hermiting during this Hanged Man. It was like you were both hermiting and you were just like sacrificing. You were sacrificing the things that you love. You were sacrificing, I don't know, just, your relationships. It feels like you really sacrificed a lot. And this star that came out for you, now you can trust your knowledge and you can act on it. There's no more hesitation. I see no hesitation here. You were hesitating in the past because that was your time to just go all Hanged Man and even to some extent hermit. But there's Uriel coming in for you. And Uriel, is one of the main 4 archangels. There's, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Uriel can even deal with legal matters, righting wrongs, justice. Like that angel was with you. Uriel, you know what to do. Trust your knowledge. Trust your inner knowledge. You're a Sag. You've learned a lot. Trust your inner knowledge. See that book? That's your inner knowledge. Your Akashic records. Trust them and act upon it without delay, without hesitation. And Raphael, breathe, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. I love that Raphael is with you. Let's see. Let's get you an Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray and get one more sort of angelic slash ancestral energy for you, Sag. And then I think we're going to pull you a Romance Angels just to see if there's any love in your life, any love coming in. You know, with this 10 of Cups in your future, if you are in a relationship, it's saying like, God bless, because that relationship is going to do really well. It's going to continue to do well. If you're single, Heart Guardian, let yourself love and be loved. There is an element of romance and love coming in for you. It's definitely a self-love thing. Empress, Queen of Pentacles, the Star card, self-love, and now this Heart Guardian. Love and allow yourself to be loved. Look at all that red. So I really feel like for some of you Saggies, if you're single, there's someone that wants to come in. There's love that wants to come in. There's love that wants to come in for you single Saggies. 10 of Cups, Heart Guardian. You have to open up to it. Love and let yourself be loved. You know, maybe that is part of this 3 of Swords energy at the advice, is to let go of this. Get up and walk away from that. If there's still a past betrayal lingering, like finish that healing. Lionsgate portal. Leave this. Walk through that portal. Like make a conscious effort. I am walking through that portal and this stays in the past. I am open to receiving love. I am open to being loved. I'm open to it. I'm worthy. Queen of Pentacles. I'm worthy of it. The Empress. Beautiful, Sag. Absolutely beautiful. I am like loving this. So since we're on the subject of love, let's get your Mary Magdalene card. I was just feeling her today around this Lionsgate portal, and I know you have so much feminine energy around you and within you, like you're really dealing with divine feminine energy, Sag, that I think we will get you a Mary Magdalene card and just see what Mary Magdalene, beautiful Mary Magdalene, has to say to my dear Saggies. What would you like Sagittarius to know for the month of August? Sag Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, and North Node. Heart Guardian. Also that your heart's being guarded. It's protected. Uriel, trust your inner knowledge. Trust your knowing. Heart Guardian. Your heart's protected. You've learned the lessons, Sag. You know that no matter what, your home is in your heart. There's a big, big, big light in your heart. And I don't think anyone can take that away from you ever again. 2 cards wanted to come out. Yeah, like crucifixion. Crucifixion and perception. You definitely have a new way of looking at the world. And I think that's why miracles at the bottom of the deck. Expect a miracle. Keep expecting miracles. You've had miracles. You've already seen them. You've had the miracles. Or they're coming with that milk and honey and the 10 of Cups. Crucifixion, you know, I'm just going to say it. Past energy, like, were you the scapegoat for something, Sag? Were you other people's scapegoats? You see with the Hanged Man how there's so much light there? So much light in that Hanged Man. It's not dark. There's no shadow around this Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man goes upside down to receive a totally new perspective, enlightenment. You know, when the Hanged Man comes down off of that, He's enlightened. He has a totally new inspiration, a totally new perspective. Look at all that light around him. And I'm just wondering, Sag, if in the past, this doesn't mean that you are a victim. It was part of your soul lesson. But I feel like you were a scapegoat for other people. That was part of your healing. This is just a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But that you really were sort of hung up on the cross and crucified. A scapegoat. People saw your light and perhaps was a reflection to them of where they were coming up short in their own lives. They were blinded by your light. They were intimidated by your light. And I'm just wondering if you were unfairly accused, treated, misunderstood, that kind of thing. Crucifixion, and then perception. Look at that eye. It's all changed for you now because somehow, like, spirit showed you this, and so your perception of it has changed, and you're just charging forward, you know, with a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, and a new perspective, and realizing that it is about perception. Let's get you a Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue, and in the love, in your love life, and just see what is the love message for Sagittarius with regards to romance. Let's do one for single and one for those who are already in a partnership. So the ones for the singles, release your ex. This came up for Scorpio. Okay, Sag, so if there is someone that you need to release, you know, Lion's Gate portal, let it go. Leave it at the gate. Leave it at that gate. Walk through that Lion's Gate and leave it. The time has come to clear your energy. Okay? And if this is about a relationship, it could have been, you know, where there really was a betrayal, third-party situation, lies, that kind of thing. And this could be putting you just sort of like in resistance to a new relationship. But the angels are letting you know that the heart guardian is with you. Like, you've learned the lessons, your heart's being protected. Release your ex, allow new love to come in. And for those of you who are in a relationship, okay, it's about your children right now. If you're in a relationship with someone and there are children involved, to really focus on the kids, especially with everything that's been going on, right? And a lot of the kids are going to start going back to school. So really, like, put a lot of love into the children, If you're watching this and you're a Sag, and you're still watching this and you have children, I do want to start a children's channel. So if anyone has any feedback around that, where I would just do really quick, like 10 to 15 minute readings for children using totally child-friendly cards, and something that talks about, you know, just like a spirituality 101 for kids, and do a quick reading for them like once a week or whatever. So anyway, if you have any thoughts around that, I'd love to know. But children, it's about your children right now. For some of you Saggies, that message may resonate for some of you. You know, your love life, and it's saying your love life is being affected by children. So for some Saggies, let's get a clarifier for that. Please clarify the children card for some of my Saggies who this resonates with, who this pertains to. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attracted. This is going back to that self-love. So the message that I'm getting is, Saggies, for some of you, you may have a partner who has children, and the children are really their main concern right now. And this is asking you just and maybe you're feeling like kind of left out, and like you're not receiving the care from your partner that you're either used to caring or that you want to have. So this is saying just to turn that love back onto yourself, for some of you Saggies, or perhaps your partner, if you have children and your partner is like having an issue with you, with all the attention and care that you're giving to your children at this point, because you are coming up with all this mothering energy, Sag. You may be really, really focused on your kids right now. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself and loving yourself, but your partner may be feeling a little bit neglected. And if that's the case, you know, it's just to have an awareness of that. You choose what to do with that message. Yeah, okay. And last but not least, we're gonna do two more, and one of them is from the Light Star deck, and this is Magical Dimensions by Light Star. She lives in Sedona. She's a local Sedona artist, lightstarcreations.com. Harmonic resolution. Yeah, this is the transmutation of this energy of like whatever you went through, this crucifixion, hanged man, Three of Swords. It's being resolved. Harmonic resolution. 1 and 9 equals 20, breaking down to a 2. Look at that. It has every color of the rainbow there. It starts with the red at like the root chakra, goes into the orange and the yellow, and then it has all of the upper chakra colors sort of on the bottom. So this is the transmutation of negativity and anger. So Sag, you know, the anger, the negativity that you were holding within you, as well as what other people were projecting onto you, allow this to come to a resolution during this Lion's Gate. Let it be transmuted. I know that you've already done a lot of work on this, but this is telling me that some of that is still residual, and that's where this potential 10 of Swords comes in the future. Like, you really don't want that to happen again. And, you know, honestly, like, you know, the shadow is there to serve the light. So when you do come into contact with these energies, just know that it's not going to kill you, that you have a new perception, a new way to handle all of this. But with this Lion's Gate, it is saying, you know, and through the month of August, that you can really work towards transmuting a lot of this energy. And if you'd like, we can just read from the book really fast, just to see what Light Star had to say about it. Okay, so the harmonic resolution resonates to the thickness and the heaviness of the lower dimensions. This is about ascension. This can cause disturbance and scattering of energies and over-identification with emotions of frustration, anger, isolation, and confusion, which disrupts the auric fields. Divine light codes, Lion's Gate, divine light codes, transmute these emotions, diffusing and disarming lower emotional states, and return the auric field to harmony, peace, and serenity. So the oracle interpretation is that you do need to acknowledge some of the lower level emotions, hidden negativity, frustration, and confusion that may be a factor right now. Release any unfocused and distracting mental chatter, breathe deeply, and diffuse excessive mental and emotional energies to regain your balance. You may have also attracted people in your life who are operating from lower vibrations, and you need to disconnect from this. And that's really what I was feeling. And it's some of your own too. Your companion crystals, I love these for you, Sag, rhodonite and shungite. So rhodonite it's like a deep, deep pink, and then it has some black in it, and that black is like a black tourmaline. So it's super like high heart healing and high heart opening, like thymus, unconditional love, Empress energy, forgiveness, heart healing, that kind of thing. And then the shungite, which is purifying. So it's going to help you to purify, transmute these lower level frequencies. And your companion essential oil, but you can also burn it as Palo Santo. How easy is that? So this is really beautiful, and I feel like this is definitely for you for right now, you know, for Lion's Gate. And so let's just really quickly burn some Palo Santo for my Saggies. But I have to say, Sagittarius, like, this is the best reading. Like, this is the best reading ever. So here's a little Palo Santo for you. And if you want to delve into this further, like, please contact me for a personal reading. We can like bridge it to this reading to where you may only need a 30-minute reading. So if you're a Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, whatever, and you're like, this really resonated with me, but I want to go deeper, I have a few specific questions, you know, we could probably get into it in 30 minutes. So anyway, okay. What's happening here? Stag Spirit. And then lastly, we're going to get you a crystal card. And this is from another Sedona author. This is the Crystal Ally cards, okay? Evolution Edition. I can never ever pronounce this woman's name. Naisha Ashian. And if I ever meet her, because I know she is from Sedona, I don't know if she lives here anymore. I'm just going to be like, how do you pronounce your name? Because I like to promote the cards that I use, because I love the cards that I use. So I bought these in a shop in Sedona. I don't know if they're available online, but you could just Google the Crystal Ally Cards Evolution Edition. And they're like, there's 88 of them. The book is spectacular and they're beautiful cards and I just love them. So what crystal, aside from rhodonite and shungite, and shungite, just so you know, with this, you know, suggesting shungite is a great stone to have with you for the month because it sort of like diffuses the lower energies, EMF, you know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, the number that comes next with the G, it can diffuse some of that energy. And with the rhodonite, with the black tourmaline that's in rhodonite, it does that too. It's both, you know, they're both very protective and purifying. And then the rhodonite just works to like open up that high heart, Empress energy, unconditional love, all that beautiful stuff. All right, one. Okay, he wants to give you 2. Yeah. Oh my God, this is so funny. Yeah, Sag, you do need to purify a bit. So this is that residual. This is what's left over. If you are able, black tourmaline, if you, purification, if you can do some purifying this month through crystal healing, through meditation, through the food that you're eating, actually doing a cleanse, like a physical cleanse, it's going to eradicate this future 10 of Swords potential. Like, this is just here as a warning. And it's coming in, you know, next to this 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, sort of defensive energy, having to fight. Purify, black tourmaline, shungite, black tourmaline, onyx, obsidian, anything that's going to help you to you know, like let those lower frequencies like bounce off, and it'll, you know, it'll disperse them, dispel them. Bronzite is another one. Bronzite's another one. Look up bronzite. And then your next one was chiastolite, convergence. I have pieces of chiastolite. I don't have them here, but they're really, really beautiful stones. And this is coming in the element of storm. So the black tourmaline is element of earth, okay, element of earth. And then the chiastolite is the element of storm. And you see how it almost looks like a log, like in the middle, and then it kind of has like a cross, and they all form with this cross. Like, they're really, really beautiful. They're really grounding stones, and they're really earthy and convergent. So I actually do want to read this, and then we're going to close. I cannot believe how long I've gone. I don't know how you guys put up with me. I go so long. But it's because I love doing this, and I really want to provide you with a lot of information. All chakras, every experience is valuable. So listen to that, Sag. Every experience is valuable. Chiastolite, also known as Andalusite, is blah, blah, blah. It's aluminum silicate. It's a significant stone for bringing your visions into reality. Empress energy, Empress, even Chariot. It's an ally of Grandmother Spider. So think about weaving your own destiny. The being who weaves the web of reality from her deepest inner power, strength, and vision. The web that she spins is stronger than many metals, yet it's elastic, allowing for change and adaptation. Several First Nations peoples of the American Southwest hold Grandmother Spider as the being that brought the sun to the people, and also brought fire, a lot of fire in your reading, which is the power of creation. She holds together all things and allows for many different thoughts and beliefs to coexist in the same web of life. She is the being that brought the technology of weaving, allowing for the beautiful expression of artistic creation in functional items such as rugs and clothing. The archetype of Grandmother Spider reminds us of the power of creative energy, as well as the ability to turn that energy into physical form. She does not create linearly. However, instead, Grandmother Spider spins the web, which is a spiral form that represents cycles in creation. Many different directions, beliefs, perceptions, ideas, efforts, and desires can all be held in the same space within that web. Bringing all of these disparate things together into a whole is the concept of convergence, which is supported by the energy of chiastolite. Convergence is the moment of manifestation or realization that occurs when all of the seemingly unrelated parts of your life come together and you suddenly realize what their purpose has been. That's what you're doing with this Empress, like realizing your divine blueprint and how everything was there to serve the whole. When you follow your intuition and guidance, you can be led to experiences and events that seem to lead you away from your goal rather than toward it. You may feel as though these detours were wasted time, or perhaps that they weren't guided by spirit at all because they didn't seem to result in your intended outcome. Eventually, however, if you continue to follow and act upon your guidance, the pieces fall into place and converge into the outcome the divine intended for you all along. I love that. Chiastolite helps you to understand how all of your experiences and efforts converge and where they are leading you. Its powerful storm element energy activates every part of your energy in life so that you can create spherically rather than linearly, just as Grandmother Spider does. As you sit in the center of your web and perceive the beauty of your weaving, you'll understand more of the grand plan of which you are a vital part. Chiastolite is calling you to see the bigger picture, and to understand that everything is about to come together in a way that you may not have expected, but that will forward your efforts and vision. The Chariot. The pieces are falling into place, and soon you'll understand how seemingly unconnected experiences and surprise detours in your life have all been pointing toward the outcome that is now manifesting. This is so amazing. Empress, Magician, Nine of Cups. Amazing. While you may feel a little bit confused about how everything is going to come together, try focusing on the theme you see in the current events in your life. The theme that ties them all together will give you insight into what the universe is bringing. You can understand the themes of your experiences by looking at what they have taught you. Remember, I was talking about the crucifixion and the hanged man and that Three of Swords energy, like thinking about some of those things and what those things have taught you. Those detours. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Some journaling or reflection upon what you have learned through life events that seem to lead nowhere may show you where they were actually leading and how it is connected to the divine's plan for you. All of the parts that you have been spinning and weaving are now being brought together into a cohesive tapestry. How you weave together the parts of your life and past efforts reveals your personal artistry as a co-creator. So maybe this is your why. Maybe this is answering that why. Those around you may have thought you were going in too many different directions and diluting your energy. In fact, you have been working spherically, not linearly. I could not agree with this more. Gathering the pieces that will be needed to create the masterpiece of your life, Sag. There is no such thing as wasted effort or wasted time. Every single thing you have pursued, explored, experienced, initiated, failed at, succeeded with, or attempted has been an important thread in the tapestry of your life. To weave your unique story and create your unique vision, you will need to honor all of your past experiences as valuable pieces of the person that you have become. Wow, Sag, wow, wow. I have 2 little pieces of chiastolite, and I'm gonna sleep with them tonight because this just sounds so amazing. So my dear Saggies, that was your August reading, and as with Scorpio, I've gone really long today. Could be this full moon energy. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and I love you so much, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful month of August, and so many blessings, and just love and light, and my love to you, and I will see you all again next month. Okay, Sag, thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.